Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. How are we all doing? Welcome along. Nice to see you here. Very big welcome to Scorp. Mate, how you doing? Great to have you back. Hope you are doing well. I see the wife's keeping you busy. So, that's all good though. Good to see you. Good to see you. How is everyone else doing? B Mitzi Random Dude Plays. How you doing? Welcome along. Fat Rat, how are you? Chucky Nader. Good to see you as well. Nobody's here and getting hungry. Welcome along, nobody. Scott, George, pleasure to see you as always, my friend. Long Hill, hello. Junt's here. Hey Junt, how you doing? Legion is floating around as well. Fuzzy Farming Sim, you know I can read chat A, so when you say what tricks shall we play on Argsy tonight, I can see them. How you doing anyhow, mate? Nice to have you here. And Sean McKee Farming Sim 22. So posted a comment earlier, so welcome along. Nice to have you all here. Mark Thor was here in like midnight my time, midday, whatever time it was, something stupid, and leaving comments. There we go. Cedric, welcome along, nice to see you. B Mitzi, first time catching me live. Oh, awesome, mate, great to have you here. Olaf, good morning to you too, welcome along. Justin as well, how you doing? Right, what are we up to? We've got, I haven't been on this map for a couple of weeks, since our last live stream actually. I thought we would have had a chance to get in here and finish off doing this in these soybeans, but we haven't. Oops, but we don't want to start from first waypoint, nearest waypoint. So we'll get our Courseplay back up and going, and we will be all good to go. Hey Saran, how you doing? Nice to see you. Hope you are all doing well. Hope you're all having a good weekend as well. Been a wild one here. Very wet and windy. What map is this, B-Miss? This is called Deer Creek. It's by Central Ohio Modding. So we've spent, oh this is episode 30, we've spent quite a bit of time here and got quite a bit done. Earned some big bucks, not that we've got much left, but we have managed to earn some decent coin, which has been good, fun. So, we'll have to wait and see if this combine will get all the way around. We've got the truck over there, we've got the grain cart all set up, ready to go as well. Hey Banks, how you doing? Good to see you, hope you are having a nice weekend. It's getting hot in the States, is it? I seen you chat up there about how warm it's been in, I mean it's always warm in Texas though, isn't it? Jeremy Freeman, good morning my friend. Beer money, Argsy rules, thank you as always. No having to get up early to change diapers to catch this stream. 104 today. We've had, down in the bottom of the country, they've had over half a metre of snow. Possibly even more by now. Hard to find a good 4x map that you like. Oh, Banks and Natra coming in with the big super chat too. 1999. Oh, you're a legend. Thank you very much. I think it's my first ever super chat to tell me what the weather's like. Your air conditioning went out too, Scott. Nasty. That wouldn't be much fun. Now, what was I just looking at? Let's see. I know they weren't quite lining up properly. Right now. There we go, that's better. The logo was under my camera because I moved it down a little bit to get the precision farming info on the screen. Alright, what are we? 80. Alright, let's go find a grain cart. Yeah. Interesting to see whether we can make it or not. Appreciate that, Fuzzy Farmer. Thank you very much. I did have a great day. Had a day off work and went out for dinner. Well, I went out for lunch with the wife and then caught up with some friends for dinner. It was good fun. Even better, as bad as this sounds, it was too wet for kids' football on Saturday morning, so it was cancelled on Friday night, which means I got to sleep in. No getting up early for kids' sport. Now it's going to be a bit of a challenge here with these power poles. We're going to actually almost have to wait for this combine to get to 100% full and then cut in, because I think we're not going to have much joy running along the side here with these power poles. Cheers, Scorp. Getting paid for a weather update. When was my birthday? Friday, New Zealand time, so 10th of June. Oh, don't open, don't open. Oh, you need to close again or you're going to whack a power pole. There you go. I think the ice cubes would melt before they got there, Olaf. Hey, Legion. Mark, how are you? Nice to see you. Last episode jump? Probably not. Probably not. I wanna get everything we've made sold, so we're gonna have to skip forward. We'll see how we go. We might, if we get this harvested in time, we might want to start doing that. Jump forward a bit, but one more maybe. One more. Had to put an extra air conditioning unit in your office for the summer with brick air. That would generate quite a bit of heat. Do you know, it's amazing. So we've got one of our ISP bedroom has a TV and PlayStation in it, and that's where the kids play. But it's a plasma TV. The amount of heat that thing gives off, my goodness. They play PlayStation for an hour or two in there with the door closed or anything, and it is sweltering. I'd like to say it's a sweaty little kid, but it's not. It's the TV. Backup window air conditioning unit. Clever man, Scorp. Very clever. Casper, thank you very much for subscribing. Appreciate that. Thank you, John. Zach, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How are you? Nice to see you. Is there a used equipment mod for 22 yet? Not that I'm aware of. I need to turn. Let's turn that back on. Our vehicle inspector. Is it? So, yeah, that. Cheers, Legion. Appreciate that, mate. Feature in the game, yeah. So you do have the used market in the game, but which I suppose that's a good point. There is that option in there by default now. I hadn't really thought about that. I don't check it out often enough. Go to have a look and see what's on special. Look at that. It's a steel. Obviously a bit of a clearance on Pottinger equipment at the moment. Westfield. Alright, this will be good. Once we've got these guys empty, we'll be able to leave them running just about. You understood Courseplay in 19 but 22 it's different. Really just the interface that's different, Chucky. Everything else is pretty much the same. They haven't quite got all the features they had in 19 in 22 yet, which is there's a couple of things I'd like to see come in yet, but aren't there. But yeah, pretty much exactly the same. It's just the way the interface works. Fisher J, how you doing? Good to see you. Welcome to the stream. How are you, Dazed? Hope you are doing well. Looking forward to seeing that potato pack get through testing again. Alright. So we'll get this all set up and running on some auto drive as well. Get the grain cart and truck up and going. Even if I was joking, Jeremy and I said that, she probably would. Your exhausted day still works kicking your butt after being off. Yeah, I'm doing good. Doing good, thank you. Alright, so let us go. We are in field 9 now, aren't we? Field 9, grain cart wait. Field 9, grain cart unload. Turn that on. Go and find our combines, which need to be on the same course. Have I done it too soon? Oh, I have. Right. Back him up and out of the way. Would say back up the bus, but it's back up the tractor. And put this one here. Field 9. Grain cart away. Happy days. Oh, let's see the stop. No, I want to stop. Courseplay. Let's do this last time. I know I don't have access to this land. Why are you driving over there, Courseplay? So interestingly enough, you turn all the courses on, it doesn't go over there. But it's trying to get to why you don't start multiple tools close to a corner, because it's trying to do the whole turn to get back here to go down that line. It doesn't like it. Did forget about that. The thing that annoys me about Courseplay is you can't turn the right click thing off everything. Yeah, they need to bring that in as a global setting, don't they? It would be much nicer globally. Right, let's see. Hide that. Yeah, I'm not on the... I think there's a more recent version I haven't updated yet, but it needs to be in here under the global settings. Rather than here. I got export mode. Yeah. The open HUD with mouse. It's been there. Frustrating. Any teasers on my next series? I'm actually looking at doing a... I've been getting things sorted out this week. I've got 2 series I'm planning on doing. Done. One's going to be called... This one's not going to be... It's not going to be till July, but I'm going to actually get a lot of it prepped and recorded. It's going to be a small map, small equipment, European style, probably. It's going to be called The 5-Minute Farmer. And there's going to be a video every day, but the videos are only going to be 5 minutes long, so it's going to be, you know, sitting on the throne with your phone. You've got 5 minutes, pick it up and you can watch The 5-Minute Farmer. But it's only going to go for a month. It's going to be like a 31 episode series across July. Hey Toddy, how you doing? You've understood the self-drive mode. Auto-drive, Chucky? Is that the one you're talking about? Jan, good to see you as well. FS Crofter, welcome along. FSG just dropped a video. Hope it didn't land on anything. That would have hurt. What video did FSG just drop? I hope it was a highlights of his surgery video, Mark? Ah. Checking out the class Ford US Dominator combines by Mark Thor. Look at that. Oh, something for you all to go and check out afterwards. I was having a look at them the other day, Mark. They are beautiful. I do like it. I was going to have a look at some images actually. I know I did Google search after you'd sent them to me and had a look at the like all the Ford logos you put on like the auger and down each side of them, that pretty cool. You just used your double door tech to make the automatic doors from the extended animated objects mod toggleable in game instead of needing to go in the MXLs. This turn into the one. Nice. Way over my head dazed, but nice all the same. So, wife calls you the same ironically. Oh goodness. Hey Kelly, how you doing? Well, I happen to have a tutorial on autodrive. I haven't done specific tutorials, Chucky. I've just done, as I've played, I've kind of explained what I've done, why I'm doing it. Elk Mountain Mining might be the best one at the moment. We have set it up on a little bit on here, but... Right, back over here. Get the grain cart back up and chopping, and then we'll jump out and go and get the truck going, because it needs to go and get that unloaded. F9 truckload, yard grain siloed, soybeans. The best way I describe autodrive, Chucky, is it's like train tracks. So the green lines are your train tracks, and you've got to create a station where you want the vehicle to stop, and then you just tell it which station to go to and what it needs to do. So at the moment we've got this set up, we've got a station in the field for the loading point, so it's got the down arrow on the trailer. We want to dump at the yard grain silo, and what we're hauling, soybeans. Yeah, that's probably the best way, and you can just watch here with the course open. You can just see it's following along like our train tracks. Hey, Big Gamer, how you doing, buddy? Great to see you again. Good to see you back in and around the community. It's been a wee while. There you go, here's a couple more. You can see we've got the intersections to go off for those two fields. And then you'll see up here where the road is into the farm, there'll be another sort of set of junctions. You now have the fridge doors open automatically when you drive in front. Ah, gotcha. So just driving into a trigger's enough to do it. So does that differ from, like there's a mod out there, isn't there, for auto doors? Well, you're going to see what our toys we're going to play with today too. If everything's up and running correctly here on auto drive, I was going to leave these guys going. Put it in the way. In the way. So we are going to go and put some anhydrous down on one of the fields. Probably the wheat field we harvested, soybean field we harvested last time. But there you go, just to finish off, you can see our yard grain silo. Now one biggest trick for when you've got unload points like this, if you're trying to get something to dump in a certain spot, is to make sure you put the station label past it, because it will unload on its way through. Autodrive basically detects things at a certain distance. So there's a setting in here. I wonder where it is. I think it's a global setting or a vehicle setting. Vehicle one normally. Maybe it's a global one. Trigger distance. So that's how far away from the trigger you're detected. So if that was too far away, it wouldn't detect the trigger to drive through it. That's basically as simple as I can put it. Now we've done that, it's going to follow the tracks and go back down. You'll see when it gets to the yard grain silo, it'll change to now say I'm going in the truckload because I've made it to there and I'm empty. So that is pretty much auto drive in a very, very simple 2-minute lesson. Right, so anyhow, as I was saying, we do have something we're going to test out today. So this was released yesterday. This is Collins Customs Anhydrous toolbar and their Anhydrous caddy. Well, this is the big, I think it's a 60-foot one. Can't remember how big they are. I think it's a 40-foot and a 60-foot. And then we've got Carl Farm Steiger. Thought we would give that a play because it is awesome. Listen to it sitting there idling. It sounds good. But we're going to go and get some anhydrous laid down. Obviously we've got anhydrous in this map. It is determined with Anhydrous, but let's have a quick look under here. So we've gone for, there you go, I think that's the 60 footer and 37 foot there, and then the two different carts. But if you haven't watched, FSG's done a fantastic preview video of these different frame colors depending on what sort of equipment you're running. We've obviously got ours in the case red, got case black tires on too. A couple of different options with different sizes, some tire options in there, and the tanks can be white, aluminium is what we've got, or stainless steel. In the two different sizes. So there we are. Thought we'd go and give it a go. See how we're going. But I'll work with a full grain tank. Hopefully our grain cart has made it over there. Zach's been using your combine lots, Mark. Good. Good to hear. Is Deer Creek on Xbox? It's not Justin, it is a PC only map. Which is a shame, it would be a good one to get onto Xbox or PlayStation. I don't know how much work it would take to do it, but I don't think they're going to be going any further. That's what the script does. It uses that mod, so you can turn that on and off in games when you're doing a lot of work and turn it on, otherwise leave it. Ah, cool. And what if you're reversing into a point? I said it was basic Courseplay, auto drive in 2 seconds Legion. You've got that working there, haven't you? I've got it working on Elk Mountain. You've just got to do the reverse course and then have the point on the way out of the reverse course. Hey, Donald boys, how are you? Good to see you. All the class leaks, that's could I actually. We'll have a quick look at that because I think stop in the middle of the road. Did I put it in here? Oh, I didn't. Maybe I didn't activate it. They have done a great Lexi in 890. Sorry. It's a hypothetical model, but it looks really good. Hey, Fuchs, how you doing, mate? Like the aluminium. Aluminum. Aluminium. We aren't restaining anything, Scorp. That tractor's the Shizai greaser and it's an awesome, awesome piece of kit. I'm just excited to have a proper Anhydrous toolbar now though. Oh, who left their heated trailers out in the field? Alright, let's go and get this beast unfolded and get going. I'm assuming, actually I was going to check. There we go, everything's all unloaded, everything's up and moving. Didn't even need to do that, I could have looked down at my inspector. What are we looking at? Alright. Could use a forward ag caddy. I could too, jump. I haven't looked, did they actually script it so that the connections worked? I had a look. I've got the forward ag caddy hooked up to my e-seater at the moment. Giants letting you add fill types through XML's really opened up. It has it what? It's just a shame they didn't do it with, so there we go, get that turned on, that's unfolded. Lower down. And there we go. Why is it saying crop does not require additional fertilizer? Bring the mini map up, what's happening? That's interesting. So I've got the Collins custom precision farming as well. I wonder if, is that because I had soybeans in here and it's auto detecting? Let's go in here. We will deactivate auto application, and we should now be able to change application rate KNM. We'll just dump 100 on now. and then if we ever plant into this field, it can correct it as we go. Look. Here we go, now we're getting the green down the bottom. So long as we weren't planting soybeans in here, we'd be just fine. It's just a shame, days, that they don't allow you to change like sprayer types and that through XML. I've done so much of the work for things like Anhydrous. You know, even doing like a it's a terrible corner, by the way. Even doing something like a custom fertilizers, like if you wanted to add in something, just would have been cool if you could do that through XMLs. Alright, let's turn our GPS on. Let's get a course running along the edge here. Let's go on that and auto width. We should be all good. Oh, you help test them, John? Ah, cool. Very good. Well, I would certainly, by default, I would be going with the Ford Egg caddy, but I did want to try out the ones, see what they were like. Looking forward to Fusion's mod. That'd be good, Scorp, be good. Did you see the Spectacle Island clip I posted? Yeah, I think, who was it commented that you had a dirty mind? I think they missed the point of what you were saying because someone said he was spreading. I said he was spreading, because he was driving the spreader. But I think you were talking about the fact the speedboat in the background was just skimming across the top of the field. At least that's what I assumed you were talking about. Ah, interestingly enough, that's pretty cool. So precision farming's recognised. You know, I have the stubble. What is it? Straw stubble fertilisation mod in, which when you spread the straw back on, or the stubble. The stubble. What am I saying? The chaff and things that comes out the back of the combine. Chopped straw, isn't it? You can see you get lines there in the nitrogen map for where that's gone, so it is actually applied a very small amount of nitrogen back onto the field. Let's recognise that as fertiliser. That's pretty cool. You kind of can, to be honest, but it's just a bit wonky because you need to add a custom XML for the implement, like how I did the potato planters. But not but not to get Anhydrous as a spray type. That was the issue Fusion was having, was getting the spray types XML, which is normally in a map, or the default one, so having that as an extra one. And there might be some way it could have been coded, but he ended up getting... That's why he's got a console version and a modded version, because he won't be able to get Anhydrous through his mod to work with. He'll be able to add Anhydrous, but it won't work as a spray type for consoles, unfortunately. Hey Nismo, morning, how are you? Good to see you. Have I used the John Deere plough that came out for... I haven't yet, Chucky. No, I haven't. I'm looking forward to giving that a try. Good. Had some issues with it, John. Yeah. That was a go-to plough for me for 19. Wish that mod would also increase weeds if you cut weeds with a harvester, since you'd be spreading the seeds. That's true. True. Truck must have been for a trip down to the silos because it is empty. Gosh, the tire. Should have done my up and downs first. No, skip the headlands. This is working out a treat. Hardly using any Anhydrous either, even though I'm putting on a decent amount. Working out well, which is good. You helped him a little bit with it, and it's kind of working last we spoke. Ah, okay. To add it as an XML through the spray type, using XML to add it as a spray type date. That'd be cool. Get caught up on that. Welcome along, everyone. Nice to see so many of you out and about this morning. It's almost at 50 viewers, which is awesome. Hope you are all having a great weekend. If you're enjoying the stream, make sure you leave a little thumbs up there and help support the channel. Be appreciated. He's ever spamming the screenshots channel now. Good on him. Tell you what, this is going so fast and smoothly, we could actually bring another one over. Maybe we could use the Ford Ag Caddy, test it out. Like you'd say, John. Get hold of another one, bring it on over. Those combines, there we go, they are going to be done pretty quickly. Just waking up, Nismo. Fair enough, it is 7:30 in the morning. Not leaving the house, cool. Oh, these things are fantastic. I am really, really looking forward to having these as a staple. The reason I chose to do this field, though, is our big field over here, apart from the fact it's big, it needs ploughing. It had corn in it, so I thought I'd skip doing that one, because one could just be straight cultivated and get some anhydrous down. And it's just a little bit of a play around, trying it out. I'll have to pop him a message because you can't remember if it's fully working. Well, fingers crossed it does, Dazed. We'll have to find out. Hey Eric, how you doing? Good to see you this morning. Where can I find the map? I can't remember, but hopefully there's a link to it in the description, Chucky. Otherwise, Central Ohio Modding have a itch.io page that you will be able to find it at. What was the other series that I'm planning on doing, John? I am thinking of using Stone Valley when it comes out, my Lancey boy, and doing a series called Fringe Farmer. And the premise of that is making the fringe crops of Farming Simulator 22 great again. So we would be focusing on potatoes, sugar beets, sugar cane, poplar, and gosh, what was there was a cotton. I knew there was another one. Things that kind of get overlooked and not done a lot. I wanted to try and, using my knowledge of autodrive and Courseplay, run some of those crops and see if I could actually get all that set up in a way that made it a little less user labor intensive, so to speak. And without using as much, you know, no, Mark's got a great big potato harvester, but trying to keep it to more of the standard in-game equipment. There you go, you're going to be needing your harvester. I might be. We might get 20% of the way through a big field of potatoes or something, Mark, and I'm just going to throw my toys and say, nah, there's a better way to do it. There's an easier way to do it. But that was my plan. Beats are amazing, yeah. I used to play on a multiplayer server on farms in Madison County, actually, and we did some big fields of beets on that. And it is fun, apart from the fact that they fill up really quick. But I reckon, you know, it's just a case of scaling with auto drive. Like I can imagine doing a field of potatoes this big, right? Hear me out. If I set the auto Courseplay up on lands, plus one on a headland, but with a single tool, being me, because I sound like a tool doing this. But if you set them up and you had a harvester running on each land, and one doing the headlands, and then a sort of dedicated auger wagon for each one, or maybe a couple of auger wagons for each one. That's my idea anyhow. Whether I can make it work or not is another story. That's what I want to try and do. Because there's only, to be fair, there is only so many soybeans and corn and wheat fields you can do without... Oh, we're not going to get the old tick wiggles going, are we? Oh, have I not quite got... Ah, that was just the start of the field when we were setting up our auto drive, our GPS. There's one thing missing using cotton like it's in 19. That's because you had fast farming stuff, isn't it, though, Scorp? Use the bog standard 6 meter header. Yeah, oh, because you've got updated capacity, have you? Because that's the other option, is using some gear with slightly bigger capacities in it. But even using, like, days you say dumping on the edge of field, even using like one of the root crop storage sheds and dumping into those, using auto drive to dump to those, could be a nice idea. I'd really like Courseplay to come out with the loader function it used to have for 19, where you could use a front loader or something to pick product up off, field types up off the ground. That was cool. Oh, Currente bird? I hope I have pronounced that right. If I haven't, my apologies, but welcome along. Good to see you here. Potato farming. If only there was a mod for premium taters. If only there was, Zach. Wonder what that could be. You got potatoes planted on Western Wilds, have a crisp factory up and ready for them. Some Casey, how you doing? Good to see you. Hopefully Tim won't see that. We'll tidy it up when we get back down there, Score. But isn't it funny? I did this. The first thing that went through my head is, oh, Tim's not in chat. We'll just keep going. We'll ignore that little bit. Deer Creek's Canadian? No. Central Ohio is Deer Creek. Some Casey. What makes you say it's Canadian? Sounds plausible. I'm excited for the Groomy pack so I can win row 2 rows onto another 2 and use my harvest to get 4 rows done for half the price of the big Groomy. Yeah, that, I'm excited for that too. I love that pack in 19. So when I sent you that, so if anyone remembers the potato pack that I did a video on in 19 and we used it on Red Dirt County, that is being upgraded by the creator, Justin Gilbertson. He shared some images of it on the custom modding Facebook group the other day, so excited when that comes out. Need a new GPU just so I can run the highest settings. I think I'm actually throttled by RAM at the moment on my computer. To buy another stick of RAM, I think. Last capacity is 60k, you can have 6 meter header going 9 miles per hour. That'd be where my downfall would be. My auto drive carts wouldn't keep up, Mark. Your harvester does the pickup off the ground for the windrow crops. That'd be cool. Tim can feel the disturbance in the force. Shh. So look at that. We haven't even used 5. Oh, we have used 5%. We haven't even used 10% of anhydrous in it yet. I am doing very well, Brintai. Thank you for asking. How about yourself? There is a Deer Creek by Camille. Ah, true. Is he... Is that for 22? And he's working on it, or did he do that for 19? He did that for 19, didn't he, Jim? Just trying to remember. Ah, looks like the prairies, yeah. Yeah, but Junt is right, there is, Camille did have a Deer Creek for... Pretty sure it was for 19. What are my specs? What am I running? I've got a i7 processor with... I've only got 16 gig of RAM. I've got a single 16 gig stick, which is what I really need to upgrade. Another stick for get up to 32 would be good. And I've got a 3070 RTX graphics card. And a 2TB SSD, 1TB SSD, and then a whole lot of removable hard drives that I put all of my videos and everything on. So I record to the SSD and then I use a removable hard drives for storage and getting rid of all those files because they take up a ton of space. I still need to work on some settings. I'm not entirely happy with how I've got things set up. But oh, the pretty lights instantly boost things up. Score. What's my average frames per second? Depends on the map. At the moment, this one's sitting around 40, which is probably a bit low. Like I said, I need to play around with some settings. Something's not quite configured how I want it to. And some of the mods I actually have are quite... Some of the truck mods particularly can be quite intense. So I do need to do a little bit of work on that. Because I should be getting more frames than that. I can play a lot of other games and be well over 100 quite comfortably, so... Some fine tuning to be done. Do I keep all my footage? I have actually. I don't know why sometimes. But I have got all the raw captures. Still. Whether I would ever go back to them. I mean, whether I'll ever go back to a video I've recorded as well, who knows. For some reason I just couldn't bring myself to delete it all. And fortunately hard drives aren't too expensive. There's a couple of times I have gone back to something and just trawling through, you remember something that happened when you were recording an episode and I'm like, oh yeah, I should go and grab that, but trawling back through trying to find a clip is painful. Yeah, ECF's mastered the screenshots though. He is a master of those. Supercut win combine all raw footage, have a week-long live stream. How are our combines going? They're doing it easy. Are they, or are they full? They're both full. Ah. What is happening here actually? They're both full and the grain cart's not going anywhere. I wonder if we need to stage an intervention. GPU prices have to come down a bit. Yeah, that's true. It would take an age to render, it certainly would. Upload it as unlisted. That is I could do that too. Literally a 2 or 4 terabyte portable hard drive doesn't cost too much. So just dump it all on there. Could be. Needs to plan it a bit quicker. Fuck. That's the beauty, you don't just stream the preview. No, there'd be some course ratings required for that, Dazed. I'm always nervous. Something will happen in a recording and there'll be a few naughty words exchanged between my computer and myself. Or the tractor, or the truck, or whatever it is I'm driving at the time that caused me to become frustrated. And I would, no doubt, and I get nervous all the time when I'm editing a video down, that I'm going to leave some of that in. Especially with Mark Thor watching, I think he watches every video twice to see if he can go and find something that he can clip. Hugh Davis, how you doing, mate? Great to have you here. Welcome along. Right, is the... Now, we're going to have to go over and have a look at what's going on here. Planning a path. Plan it faster, mate. This part is... This part is he would have gone and driven over there with not even enough space to empty both the combines out. Call it the working word stream. Argsy raw and uncut. Not safe for work, some content may offend. Is it that clever that it swears back? No, but honestly, if you swear at it, it still doesn't do what you want it to do. Good discipline, sometimes I move the camera wild. I do that too sometimes. When you know you're not going to use some footage, you'll be all over the place. You'll be jumping between menus and maps and all sorts, and it would not make much very pleasant viewing. I'm doing well, Hugh, thank you. Thanks for asking. Yeah, he says he doesn't clickbait, but his titles and thumbnails are the worst clickbait ever. Like, I like his content and his enthusiasm, but his titles just infuriate me sometimes. Thing is, he doesn't need to. Like, you know, like freaking 500,000 subs. People are going to watch his content regardless. He doesn't need to have the clickbaity titles to get people to watch. Yeah, we might spill a bit, but most of it's going in. Oh, forgive me, Dazed, for I have sinned. I think he got called out, like people started calling him out about it last year, at some stage. Alright, pro level back in, let's go and get this guy emptied out. And then we can leave Courseplay back to doing what it's trying to do. Worst thing is, I thought being soybeans we would have been fine with not running into any issues with this, because it takes so long for the combines to fill. Probably seen a good crop. The amount of times these dev menu must be up. Not too many times actually, Mark. 2 Hail Marys and 3 hectares of potato. Oh, it's forgiven. Hey Legacy, how you doing, mate? Hope you're having a nice one. Good weekend. Alright, I want to get back to that Anhydrous, so now that that combine's cracked out the other end, we'll be able to go and get this emptied out. The truck will head back down to the silos and we'll be able to turn this course auto drive back on. What's happening in your world, Legacy? Are you working on anything exciting for us? In fact, we were talking about how easy it is to add fill types and that, and your sand's a good example too. Yeah, the Texas boys were complaining about how hot it was. I think Scott George was complaining that his air conditioning gone out too. Wouldn't have made much fun. Right, there we are. That's all sorted. Turn that back on. Jump out of there and go back to Anhydrous. Just at 101. So that's 35.5. That is pretty warm. It's getting up there. I'll let you guys have that. You can keep that. Oh, 114 in Austin. Wow. 21 when you are, Zach, and it was a struggle. Different kind of heats though. I think that's the main difference, isn't it? That beautiful. Listen to the engine. We'll have to jump in cab and have a look. Wish we could post GIFs. Can you imagine a YouTube chat if you were able to post GIFs? I have a chat group with just a couple of mates who I game with, and the chat just gets full of GIFs. It's impossible. Jeremy, is the case a mod? It is. This is the Carl Farm Steiger, which he released last weekend, I think, on Facebook. There we go, got all our monitors. Got our planting monitor up there. Don't know why that is. That sound, that's cool. You can hear like the tines and that ripping through, waking into a few pebbles and rocks, some stones. Quite quiet inside though, isn't it? Well insulated cab. It's interesting actually, because I have got the one with the CSV transmission. It's interesting watching the Welkers use this tractor on their big 70-foot seeders, and how they were able to set it at the speed they wanted to go, and how low the revs were, and how quiet it was compared to obviously their big buds, which are just raw horsepower. But the smarts in the transmission would pick the best gear ratio to keep the speed and still have low revs, so saving on fuel and keeping it quiet. Pretty cool. Gonna get worse as at Legacy to get as much done while it's only a little bit hot. What mod messed with the Steiger wheels? Was there a mod that messed with the wheels? Don't know, didn't know there was one. I'm just looking now though, should I be able to see tracks out the window? Or are they, no, they're actually that covered, I wouldn't be able to see them. I got realistic cab view, I don't. Sorry for saying you had a filthy mind. You're the one with the filthy mind, Legion. Oh, oh, don't clip the toolbar on the fence. Animal dealer would not be happy. Gotta go test your latest XML stuff. Thanks for the entertainment. Have a good evening. Thanks, Days. Good to see you, mate. Hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. Look forward to seeing that potato pack released soon, I hope. Soon. And that other little surprise you've put in. Fingers crossed we can get that one through this time, eh? Be great. Clearly you've got no point denying it. We'll put it down to a week away from the family. Legion. Ginger Ninja, how you doing? You've been trying to load up a new Green Valley map with columns and toolbars and Anhydrous tanks, but it keeps crashing. How do I find out what mod is crashing it? Trial and error, my friend. That is about all you can do. I'd start by putting in the absolute must-have mods I want to use on the map. And then we'll work my way backwards from there. What graphics card though? And have you had Green Valley open? Have you been using Green Valley without any issues, Ginger Ninja? Or have you been on a 4X map lately? Because the other issue could have been the one that came out of one of the recent patches, which you have to go into the game XML and change DXT 13 down to DXT 11 or something. There's a setting you have to do manually, which seems to be solving a lot of people's problems with unexpected crashes or maps not loading up. But if you successfully had Green Valley open and playing on it without any issues, then it may be a mod. Seed extension's another one I've heard has been causing a few dramas for people. We've got 4 kids legacy. No one knows how to turn off lights or keep doors closed. Tell me about it. TV will be playing for hours on its own and no one watching it because I've gone off to do something else. Peak Dad and you. Make potatoes great again. Again. Three computers running with 2 kids, no thanks on the floor. I know, right? Sucker for punishment. Anyone know what mod clashes the 82C tender? Can't help you there, Fisher. Sorry. It sounded like it was a good idea when you were practicing, wasn't it, Legacy? Just added it in past version. Yeah, okay. Well then. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, put in, and so what I'd normally do is put the must-have mods in. If it was an issue then you go back and you turn on 5 at a time. Start the game up. If it loads, you know it's not those 5. Start it up again. Doesn't load, you know it was the 5 you've just activated. So then it's a case of going back and going one by one, adding them in until you get one that crashes it. My experience with issues I've had lately is it's a script mod. Always seems to be the scripts. More expensive, of course, with electricity is 4 kids. Have you got 4 kids in diapers too? Gosh, I didn't know we were such a horny bunch in here. Jeez. Doing your bit for keeping the world's population ticking over, gentlemen. I'm impressed. Do you wear man diapers, Scorpion? Man diapers is like another house payment. I think that is the best time of grammar or letting someone down. Not grammar, but the use of punctuation. Letting someone down. Man diapers is like another house payment. Air conditioning guys here, Scott, so you gotta go. All good, matey. Catch you next time. Nice to see you though. Hope you get things sorted out, and we'll talk to you soon. Totally worth it though. I couldn't pull out of my own driveway. Alright, let's have a go with this one. Zednak Kablovsky. Hope I've pronounced your name right. Hello, welcome to the stream. Nice to see you. Have you written commercials on Legacy's baby making skills? God, I've missed your commercials. I need to get them back into the streams. Daycare's more than Daycare was an expensive one. Jeremy, I agree, that was the one that really stings. You get to the point going, is it actually worth having two people working? Not old enough to need man diapers yet, school. When Jeremy say, oh, we man diapers, so I don't have to get out of my chair. Red Devil Vet 82, welcome along. I think I just saw your name pop up as a new sub, so thank you for that. Who do I recommend that does Lua scripting? Who does Lua script? Thun does, obviously, the legend of Lua scripting, but he's pretty flat out with his own things. I don't know who I could suggest for that kind of thing. There's a few guys in, if you join, and if you type !mark mods, you should get a link to a Discord group for FS22 mods and edits, mods and files. And in that there's quite a few modders. In fact, I think we're up to about 60 different modders and map makers in that Discord group, where you could go and share some ask a question in general, see if you can get one of the modders there, might be able to help. I know there's a few there that have done some scripting sort of stuff. JT Sage, who I think's done some of the production inspector mods, a few others in there, so jump into there. There you go, Scorp's got the link, or Legion's got the link for you. Go and have a jump in there, and you will have access to chat to hopefully a few modders who might be able to help. Probably be the best way. You might, even if you've got an idea on what you're trying to do, might even be able to see if you know, someone will help pick that up with you, or whatever it might be. I'm going too fast. Legacy, catch you later, buddy. Take care. We will see you again soon. Go and get your chores done before you melt. Scorp Mershal, have your boys gone stale? No bullets in the barrel and cool Legacy baby production. He'll fill it right up. Oh, goodness. Zednek, what is the best looking map for FS22 so far for me? Visually, the best looking map, Elk Mountain, hands down. It is just stunning, whichever way you look at it. Whether it's the fine detail, way CJ paid so much attention to the edge of the roads, or the landscaping and things like that, right down to standing on top of the hill and looking across the valley. That's pretty cool. Maps that haven't been released publicly yet, but I have had a play on. Renaboo. Renaboo is going to be a gorgeous map when it, well, it is a gorgeous map, so when it's available, hopefully. Well, I know Ola's heading off on vacation the next month, so he did want to try and get it out before then, so Fingers crossed, it may not be too far away. That is another gorgeous looking map. The Italia one, I've been watching development of that on Facebook, and they share screenshots. That's also another one that's going to be a masterpiece, I think, visually. And of course anything by our mate Oxygen David, so Calmston Farms and Court Farms? Whichever one he's doing at the moment. Casper, you do some Lua scripting. What do you do? There you go. Just need to be in the right chat. Excuse me, 2K21. You had the same crash issue with Clarkson 4X, and after 2 hours of trial and error, I found it was the fast night mod and the dynamic field process mods, so both script mods. There you go. That might help you out. What's happening with our combines? We've got one sitting at 99% full. I can tell you what's going to have happened. The 8RT is going to be sitting there, waiting for the truck to come back. That's just about back. That's the one downside with having a truck that's smaller than the combine. Smaller than the grain cart. Grain cart will empty and then wait before it goes. That's right. And the S790 is blocking the X9. In fact, actually, where's... Oh, we've finished harvesting. I didn't even notice. I've actually finished the field. Pay attention better. We better go over and make sure we get those all emptied out then. Hey Phil McLaughlin, how you doing? Good to see you. Lola's map will be killer. It will be score. It'll be awesome. Trying to minimise the amount of script mods you use, Legion. Yeah, that is a good idea too. Didn't catch that which map. So, released maps, Elk Mountain would be my pick for best looking map. Followed by Calmston Farms. Those would probably be two of the most attractive, well detailed maps. Maps that haven't been released yet but are coming soon. Renabu, which is the map of Norway by Ola Holdor. And Italia, which is based on the Italia map that was released for FS19. I think that had a countdown time of about 28 days, so sometime in July. And then yeah, Court Farms, which is what Oxygen David's working on at the moment. FSG team are also working on a new map. They are. Bullet Bill's map does look good as well. Bullet Bill has good pedigree in map making, of course, having been involved with bringing Lone Oak over to FS19. GTX is good for scripts. Yep, GTX is another good script writer. Awoken J has completed their task. Does that mean... Yeah, there we go. 8RT's got over there and getting those two unloaded. System works. Go to GTX Discord post in general and I can take a look. You're welcome. 67 watching, 41 likes. Thank you, Scorp. Thanks for that. Great to have so many of you here. Welcome along to the stream. Running here with Cal Farms' new Steiger, which was released about a week ago, and Collins Customs Anhydrous toolbar with their Anhydrous caddy on the back. Laying down some fertilizer in early winter, get the fields and ready to go when we plant them in spring. Don't know if we'll ever actually get around to planting. We might be getting close to wrapping things up on this series on Deer Creek and making a move to something new, coming up with some different ideas. Fish J Oxy bought Lone Oak. So did Bullet Bill make... Was he responsible for Lone Oak originally, and Oxy converted it? That makes sense. I knew Bullet Bill didn't do much for 19, but I wasn't sure on the connection between Lone Oak. Italia is going to be great. It does look good, doesn't Olaf? Hey, no worries. No worries. I started with a high. Here we go. was actually quite cool to see Bullet Bill still modding things for 17 right up until last year. I'd see a post and go, oh, that looks nice, and then realise it was for 17, which wasn't much help to me at all. Alright, get that lined up there, and where are we up to? We're up to missing a little bit. I'm just looking, so the Kenworth's just about, well, it's about a third full. The S790 8RT obviously can't get things unloaded. Right, let's just park that for a minute, and we'll go over and see what issues we're having over here. There we go. We're going to have to bring our header trailers over because, like I said, we left them in the other field. So both Oxy and Bullet Bill made it for, let's see, okay. Thank you. Alright, we'll leave that part there. Actually, I didn't even look at that. Let's have a look at our yield map on this. Not bad at all. Nice big stripes through the middle. That relates to, it's loamy soils. Why we must have a good little spot down the bottom there. And a less than good spot through there. This field here was terrible. We can't see it anymore, but oh, you can. Not as terrible as those, but these two fields were never prepared. Oh, this one was actually. This one was prepared for planted after I got precision farming installed. This one here was already planted, and then I added precision farming to the map, so it was never going to be an optimal situation. Alright, done. Soybeans finished. Bullet Bill didn't like how 19 looked. I don't like how that head looks. It's a little bit limp. Certainly doesn't have Legacy's issues. Right. Poor header. Poor little header. And go and sort this guy out. Okay, turn it off and do it ourselves. Always easy to do it yourself sometimes. $18,000 litres. I wonder how many soybeans we'll have to have a look when the truck gets back over to the yard and unloaded, how many beans we've got. Now we have missed a few in the corners and things, but we won't bother. We use more diesel driving around the field than what we'd get for those few bushels. Speaking of bushels, I actually need to add a unit converter into this. Haven't tried that out yet. Can we get it on the front hopper? Not quite. Alright. Oops. No. Keep going. I wanted to open this up. Main yard. Alright. I can head back to the yard. All done and dusted. Give this a poke and a prod and tell it to head down to the yard grain silo. Then let's go and find, where is our pickup? Go and get our header trailers out of the field, and we will go and bring the combines back home as well. Alright, down this way and go and find the header trailers. Don't think they've got a rear hitch on the header trailer, so I'll only be able to take one at a time. No hitch on there, is there? Nope. Nope. Alright, probably run into our grain cart and that coming back the other way. There it is. And it'll have a truck right up behind it. There we go. Haha. Going to bed at midnight, waking up at 5, and my soothing voice is getting me. Must fight heavy eyelids. The heat's probably not helping either, is it, Scorp? HRT's made it to the yard. We need to pop over there and stop the Kenworth from driving here. We don't want it to come back over to the field. Around we go. Get lined up. Didn't leave ourselves much space on this one, did we? We are. Right, let's go over and stop that truck. Done. Right, what are we going to look at? We're going to look at how many beans we had. I think over here. Where's the production menu? There it is. So, has our corn all dried down? It is. We've got 870,000 litres of corn, 250,000 litres of wheat, and 376,000 litres of soybeans. Deactivate the dryer. It's not doing anything now. But that's a lot of product to sell. Alright, so back to that field. We'll carry on getting things back here. Rusty, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Welcome along to the stream. Hope you're doing well. Just finished our last harvest for the season. So we're just getting things tidied up, put away. So we'll use some autodrive to send this combine, squeeze between the headers. Stupidest thing you could ever do in a piece of equipment this big, because no doubt you're going to hit something, but we did it anyhow. So we want to head back to the main yard there. Get him going. Jump. And we'll tow the header over ourselves. What's been happening here, Rusty? You are working this weekend? Keeping us nice and safe. Been busy family day here. Cowboy Beans now on smoke for a party. Awesome. Anyone having issues with Nitrado servers not staying up? Not that I've noticed, Crofter. How's them? The ones I've got have all seemed to have been okay. You got a bit of up and go there. It took me a bit of time to get past them. How is our favourite copper doing? Is a very good question there, Scorp. A weekend off, awesome. I'll enjoy it. Make the most of it. Alright, we've got some cleaning to do too. We're just gonna come in here on the lawn. He's hopefully close enough to the pressure washer there and give them a clean off. Go back and pick the other one up now. We'll sneak out here so we don't get in the combine's way. Is anyone in chat having trouble with their combine harvesters? What sort of problems are you having? Must be a mod. Heard a few have been having problems with them for about a week with Nitrado, Bill. Nitrado had some issues after one of the updates, but well, they've managed to sort those things out. I've soon be going in a bit of swings and roundabouts because last FS19 Nitrado, we started out using Nitrado and had issues, so we ended up going to game servers, which seemed to be better. So this time around, I started out on Nitrado because they had servers up first, set up one on game servers, I think, and it didn't perform as well as the Nitrado ones. Do need to check that actually. Hey, Chinook, how you doing, mate? Just finished night shift now, 3 days off. Which it's been a busy few days for you too, with weather and all that sort of thing. Keep you on your toes. So you're going to be spending some time in Green Valley, are you? There you go. If anyone wants to jump on the multiplayer server, Chinook's going to be there full time for the next 3 days. Let's go on and give him a hand. Been crazy, yeah. The weather certainly has been nuts here. Just the number of lightning strikes that there were across the country over the last few days. Been ridiculous. Never known anything like it. He'll be there. Alright, last header on. And some auto drive to get it home. Luke Scala, hello, welcome along. Good to see you. Hope you're having a good weekend. Just getting things tidied up from finishing off the harvest here. I reckon we're going to shoot the gap here. Old mate should have folded his steers in. What he was thinking going along the road with those folded out. With some mods in base game, when you start the header up, it goes 1 mile per hour. Oh. It does sound interesting. First question, you've checked your cruise controls not set to 1 mile per hour or something silly like that. And do you have the header height, cutter height mod installed? Or what harvester is it? Because some harvesters I noticed, I had issues in 19. I haven't had the same thing in 22, but there was if you used a mismatched header, sometimes the connector on the combine was too low and it would actually drag the header on the ground. I'm sure these are all basic things you've already done, but the best way to help troubleshoot is to go through the basic things first. Alright, done. Turn off auto drive in there so we're not paying someone to sit there waiting to go any further. And get back over here. Some more Anhydrous down. Right, there we go, back going. Well, GPS setup. Beautiful work. Humidity is horrible here today in Nebraska, only going to get worse next few days. Everyone's been commenting how hot it's been in the States the last few days. Rusty. Getting up in the hundreds. Manual attach, that's another good question. Is the harvester a mod? Crofter, thanks buddy. Thank you very much for that. Super chat, do appreciate the support. I'll make sure I enjoy a beer later on. It's a bit early in the day for that. 8:30 in the morning, breakfast beers. Hey Aussie, how you done? 102 Fahrenheit right now in the wonderful Dallas Fort Worth. So he's been watching the NBA. I watched the Game 4 yesterday. Where's it heading? Who is going to win? Glad you're not at work in uniform today. Good thing I know it's your weekend off, Rusty, or I'd ask why you're at work without your uniform on. Undercover. Undercover Rusty. Rusty and Mufti. Aussie's hoping for the Warriors. I must admit, I was hoping the Celtics were going to win yesterday, and that would have given them an easier route to only have to win one of the last three, but it's going to make it a interesting last three games now with Warriors picking up the win yesterday. Old Steph Curry came up big, didn't he? Legion, thanks for hanging, mate. Nice to see you here. We will see you again soon. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, mate. Uniform with shorts on. Nearly 400 views already. Nice, Mark. So once the stream's finished, you have to jump over to FSG's channel and check out Mark's combines, the class board pack he's made. So he's taken the class Dominator from Giants and recolored it to be in the style of Class America in the 80s, I think it was, 70s, 80s, where they had blue combines and they were marketed through Ford. It's actually interesting if you read the history of how it's all come about. But if you're not an FSG subscriber, what are you doing? Where have you been? But exclamation mark FSG will get you a link to his channel. Go and take a look. Yes, same buddy. Swimming lessons. We're dark navy, almost black, but thank goodness we wear exterior vests, it sure helps. You need to get the cool suits that the racing drivers wear. Rusty. Haven't got manual attachments on the base game, Fent and class mods. I need to update that actually. He has a habit of keeping his gear dirty. Well, I think we've broken that habit. I reckon he's a changed man. Of course, wishing him all the best as well. He has been in hospital for a very minor procedure, nothing serious. I know he is all okay. He has had a message from him, and but wishing him a speedy recovery. He's a few pounds lighter. Gosh, if it was pounds, I'd be a bit worried. What's next on the cards for Mark? Well, that's a good question, Crofter. This will be the, because you've submitted Giants, haven't you, Mark? It'll be the first official Mark Thor mod on Mod Hub, won't it? If it gets through, of course. No reason to think it won't, but. That'll be my breakfast watching. We'll be checking out that video. This thing covers the ground. 9 miles per hour isn't slow pulling something like this. And we haven't been in the field the whole time. Been back and forth in the other field, but we're a long way across it. Where's our nitrogen? Actually, pH was something we needed to do on this field too. There we go. Looking good. Right. Prices for crops. So we've got wheat. When is wheat going to peak? December, January. Oh, we're just about in the peak window for wheat. What about our dry corn? Anthony Walsh, thank you very much for subscribing. Appreciate that. Great to have you here. Welcome to the channel. That's saying June, July. I thought our peak for dry corn was more January, February. Anyhow. And where's our soybeans? Go back and have a look at those. I know they're definitely June, July. Already submit the multi-harvester. Yeah, cool. Working on a Ford tractor pack as well. Nice. They're the ones we had a few screenshots of, Mark. They do look good. Fisher J just managed to fill up Green Valley Fair Oaks Cal TMR bar with 1 million litres of TMR. Nice. Good work. Yeah, I knew that'd get a few ears pricked. Zach, everyone loves a good Ford tractor pack. You thought you were... Hey, no worries, mate. No problem whatsoever. That's a good reminder, though. If you're enjoying the stream, double check that you do have that sub button ticked and that you are subscribed. And if you're not, don't be like Anthony. Make sure you do. Be like Anthony. Be like Anthony, of course. Don't not be like it. Be like Anthony. Fix that and make sure you do subscribe. While you're at it, hit the thumbs up as well. All glad that he fixed it, Scorp. All glad. The missus wants to swap the car, but the other I was looking at old Fords to up instead. What sort of Ford? That reminds you of an advert. Very nice, I do like this. It's dirty pretty quick, but I suppose we are dragging it through the dirt. It would probably be my one comment, would be the speed of the dirt on it. It just needs to be a touch slower. Ah, there he is, the farm sim guy. Good morning, my friend, how are you? Good to see you. How is everything? Hope you are not boring those nurses too much and on a road to recovery. Did they find any signs of intelligent life when they were exploring, or was it all empty in there? TWs, FWs, 7 Series, 8 Series and counties. You're just doing every Ford tractor ever made. Can you do some 4 Series and 6 Series while you're at it, mate? You'll try. 4600 with a ROPS bar, no cab or anything like that, please. Thank you, I'll send you a photo. doing good on some killer drugs, turning its out I'm clinically insane. Very nice, very nice. That'll explain why you were watching New Zealand and English cricket last night then. Afternoon, Zach, how are you? Just got back from a baseball game, you got rained out. Well, you got, our kids' football's been rained out for the last week was a public holiday, so they didn't have any. I think they've played one game in the last 4 weeks. It was rained out yesterday. Fortunately, they decided early on Friday afternoon that it was rained out, so I knew that there was no need to be up early Saturday morning for sports, so out for dinner for my birthday, and I was able to indulge a little bit more than I needed to. Well, than I would have if I had to get up early. Good. It's 45,000 with about 8,000 hours on it, going pretty cheap, and a 7810. He's turned to the dark side. Cue the morphine rant. Painkillers are insane. You think you haven't watched it yet, my fault. It'll still be there when the string finishes, Mark. Everything's my fault anyhow, Scorp, I'm used to it. Always my fault. So if you're on some good painkillers and a bit lucid, farm some guy, it would make for an interesting no man's land. I have been told, yes. Junt was telling me earlier that it works with it. I haven't actually tried it. Maybe we should. Maybe we should try it out. I don't know if there's any anhydrous in the tank I've got. I did say we'd try it out. We've got one sitting over there. Should we go get it? Let's go bring it over. What tractor have we got? Let's do that with. There we go, we got the 8R. 8RT. Yeah, 8R. It'll fit. I think when FSG was trying it, it didn't have the hoses wouldn't connect, but I believe that's all been fixed now. Pull that out of the way. Disconnect that. Yeah, you're not allowed to sit for long periods though. Fair enough. That's what you got a stand-up desk for. You take your time. Take your time. Oh, look at that, it's even full of anhydrous, which is even better. Bottle of whiskey's best painkiller. I don't think alcohol and prescription drugs are very well recommended. Remember how we told the second combine to come back to the yard? Well, it's not there. It's there. Had a date with a fence. We'll sort that out later. You just stand in the yard and shout instructions at me. Funny with FSG using a forklift. Back, the AC is frozen, so hopefully it will be blowing cold air again in about 2 hours after it thaws. Ah, you had it running too cold, did you? Scott, is that the issue? Jeremy. Oh goodness. Combine playing hide and seek. Combine saying you didn't need any of your grain in that grain bin, so I'm just going to put a big dent in the side of it. Oh, I like that, Jeremy. I'm FSG. Hi FSG, I'm your gallbladder, miss me yet. If he's not in excruciating pain like he was prior, I imagine he's not missing it much at all. Jeremy. goodness. Delighted to be rid of you, Jeremy. You know, it's going to be an ongoing joke now, Jeremy. Anytime any of us, because you know we're all old farts, have issues with our gallbladder, I'm going to say that bloody Jeremy's causing me problems again. Right, so let's have a look. So you see the hose. The hose is running there all the way to the front of the caddy. Let's go. So when I disconnect, pull this out a little bit further. So when we disconnect this, there you go, the hose has disappeared along the drawbar. So let's go around, spin around and see what happens when we hook up to the forward ag one. Isn't it good I had the forward ag caddy with red as well, to match the what was once red toolbar. Your gallbladder is called Sid. Is that because it's sadistic? Look. There we go. Look at it. All connected. Beautiful. We can get right around the outside. There you go. Look at that. Beautiful. Pitch isn't quite the right height though. That doesn't quite look right, does it? Everything else is good. Wonder if it's a... oh, because doesn't the... it's actually a good point. Do I have a mobile mechanic installed? Look. I think... isn't there a hitch option for this, isn't there? Hitch option, standard hitch, implement hitch. What if we change it to implement hitch? Let's see. Have a look at that now. No, still not quite right. Hoses look good though. Jeremy's attacking me. Jeremy's always been a pain in your side. Your gallbladder's named Sid. Why Sid? Scott? Is it sadistic? There we go. Working perfectly. Dropping that anhydrous back into the ground. You took 15 minutes to find that case on Facebook with no luck. You couldn't find it. Let's have a look. There you go. It's Carl Farm's Facebook page, and it is about the second post on there at the moment. For you, Jeremy. Sid Vicious. Give it a week and the liver works out there's no gallbladder and compensates for it. That's clever. It's impressive, all these bits of our body that we actually, you know, you get taken out and you can live without. My boy who had his appendix removed. Carl Farms, you thought I said cow farms. I'm pretty sure FSG already makes his liver work pretty well, Mark. Just gonna have to be making up for the gallbladder now too. Livers were meant to be pickled, weren't they? So let's try what Crofter said. Let's fold that up and see if it changes anything. No. Doc said I'll not notice a difference after a week or so, and trust me, I'm going to try it out a lot. Only one way to find your limit, isn't it? And that's to push it. Never thought a liver could sweat. I've got a mate who had his gallbladder removed during lockdown, actually. And he's, apart from the fact he used to live on energy drinks, and he's definitely cut back on his consumption of those, he doesn't do anything differently. Drinks like a fish. If history's well enough to be on chat, he's well enough to knock out nomads. I won't make him do that, Jeremy. You guys can live without us for a week. See if you get a transplant. Transplanted liver or a transplanted gallbladder? It'd probably be the first ever recorded instance of someone asking for a gallbladder transplant. Play game the best way to click? I'm just looking now. Let's bring up. Oh, that's it. I did not know that. They have it in there? Characters and implement. Case IH, AFS Connect. That looks like it's only got the 19 versions in it. Oh, that links to his FS19 mods. But there is a post down there. The very first post on the page, and you scroll down and there's a Google Drive link. Download it from. That'll get you there. Go solo, Argsy. Couldn't do that. Couldn't do that to you. You don't want Jeremy back. It's good with the forward egg caddy on the back there, must admit. Do like it. Getting up with another little Tim spot here. You know, I'm going to have to rename little spots like that on the field get lift. They're going to be called a Timple. The little imperfection on the field is now a Timple. In honour of our friend Tim Eslin. No, that does not sound right in any way that you shape that comment, Jeremy. Mess spot. Yeah, there we go. That doesn't at all, does it, Aussie? No. There's some things you type. I like that you've typed it and then you've gone, no, that doesn't sound right, but you've still committed to pressing enter on that post, Jeremy. On that comment. Step away from the keyboard. Think about what you did for a couple of minutes. You committed. Beyond committed. Don't know what you're committed to. Some sort of institution. Should be committed, yeah. Should be. I agree, Scott. I agree. Be more. Good fun. Right, last little section. Do you know what? I'm going to run down this edge. I'm going to do a 180 down the bottom just to try and tidy this into some shorter passes. And then we'll be done. We'll commit to getting this finished. So don't forget we've got a few multiplayer servers as well. If anyone's interested in joining those and you haven't before, jump into Discord. Green Valley is going strong. Chinook's spending a bit of time in there. For those of you who are channel members, Legion is running a Yukon River server, which was a bit of a start from scratch. I mean, going pretty strong there as well, making their own diesel, getting some mining done. Some grass fields, I think. Might even have an arable field as well. And Mark has set up a server on the Lands of La Mancha, which was an interesting looking map actually. I quite liked it when I did a quick look around it and grab some screenshots for the map directory. Yeah, just interesting. A lot of diversity in it. So yeah, is that one there? I think you're trying to do that with older equipment too, aren't you, Mark? That's the plan. Thanks for stopping in, mate. Great to see you. Glad to hear everything went well as could be expected, and you are on the road to recovery. Rest up and enjoy the drugs. You'll look back on them fondly, I'm sure. But yeah, have a good rest of your weekend, buddy, and we'll chat soon. Take your time. Don't rush. Oh, hang on. FSG. Survival when? When's Wyoming coming back? I need Wyoming. You should be working on it. You've got all this time off. Why are you not working on Wyoming? Jeremy's like a wet booger no matter how hard you try to flick on it, always there. Soon. Thank you. I was waiting for it. I knew it would come. Thank you for not disappointing. Take care, mate. We'll go get our temple. Our Maz spot. I did have to ask. Surprised no one else did, Aussie, to be fair. Someone lurking in chat for the opportunity to jump down his throat. In a different way to how Jeremy wants to jump down his throat. FSG soon, team. You had the respect not to ask. Yeah. You guys know why he's going to be back Wednesday, eh? Because he's going to have used up all his sympathy for Mrs. FSG by then, and he'll have no choice but to get back to it. She'll have run out by Tuesday, and then he's like, right, I need some sympathy. The lads will give it to me. And he'll be back onto YouTube. Alright, not too much further to go. A few more passes. What do you reckon? 7? Maybe 9. You want to have Jeremy encased in glass and put on the mantle above the fireplace. Probably not the best spot at it when you light the fire and that it'd dry things out. Has anybody tried FS22 on Stadia? Who has a Stadia would be the first question I'd ask Crofter. Hey, pleasure having you here, Jeremy. Thank you very much for those super chats. Very generous of you, as always. Good luck with your show. Hope it all goes well, mate. And we will see you at 4 AM your time on Wednesday morning when you're changing your Zyper and I'm streaming from Southern Cross Station. So we'll see you then, mate. Take care. We must be getting into a slightly worse spot of the field here now, are we? Look. Yeah, I reckon we need to bump that up a little bit more. FS22 on Stadia sucks, by the way. This is parting words of wisdom. I was actually more interested in the Steam Deck. Bit of software? I don't know, to be honest. I think you're right. What's our application rate? I thought we had it higher than that. There you go, bump it right up there. Around 150 litres a hectare. Haha, there you go. I said it. I said it. I am talking about... Ah. Snapped, finally. There you go, Scorp. You've said it. Hey, Polycount Taz, how are you, mate? Good to see you. Hope you are doing well. Welcome to the stream. Just putting too much nitrogen on now, are we? Look at how dark green that's going. Bump that down a touch. Down about there, might be a bit better. Bit annoyed with the issue of adding AGI pack to DD server. Heard there's been lots of issues with that. I haven't tried, so. Alright, where are we going to turn down here? We're going to get a full, almost a full width. That's alright. I'll take that. Just had a bad thought. FSG does his live stream Wednesday still in the hospital gown. That's when you see the padded walls in the background that you already start worrying Aussie. And you realise he was in for a little bit more than a gallbladder removal. So they haven't managed to fix that yet, Taz. That's annoying. We end up with a little strip here we'll have to come and pick up. Be sure the tie's very tight in the back. Indeed, Scorp. Need those man diapers we were talking about earlier. And hospital gown's just a tightly tied hospital gown's just another name for a straitjacket, isn't it? There you go, just staring with his chin, wearing a straitjacket. Blinking in Morse code to try and get us to help him. Quite a big wedge in there, wasn't it? Can't be quite parallel in this field. Wonder why there is an opening at the back. Yes. Yes, I think he was too, Mark. Oh. Easy to change while lying down. Or to put on when you're going in and out of surgery. So you had issues, Crofter, and you switched maps and it worked. Which maps were you on that had an issue, and which map did you switch to which solved it? Watch out, Jeremy. You know it, then it's funny. No, you've lost me, Mark. I'm sure it's a reference to something. Program called Beatles about. Must be some quality BBC programming that hasn't made it down to the Antipodes. He gave you nightmares, Anthony. Right, okay. Prank people back in the 80s or 90s. Yeah. Sounds riveting. It sounds like I missed out. Remember that, Phil? I'm sure if I YouTubed it, I'd find something. Jeremy Beadle, name I haven't heard for years. Gosh, I want to have a big stretch. See, we're on Gilderland and it wouldn't work Crofts, but you swapped to Lapacho and it worked fine. I wonder if you swap back to Gilderland and made a new save on the multiplayer, whether it'll work or not. Be an interesting test. Interesting test. Alright, chilling through it. Look at that. Gone pretty smoothly actually. I was worried about trying to do that on this big field, but if I got another one, I wouldn't be worried about it at all now. Good progress. Look, that's where we were when we swapped to the Ford Ag caddy. So we've really got through it. Good. And to the right you see the Tim strip. His mind is blowing right now. I'm surprised he hasn't come in stream. It hasn't sensed it. Oh, that one's even worse. That one's even more annoying, Scorp. So I haven't had I've never had issues lining up on GPS with an Arctic track quite like this one is actually at the moment. wobbling around a bit. I'm sure it's all me, but... You tried uploading Precision Anhydrous mod with the toolbar mod on Green Valley. It doesn't work. What do I need to change on the XML? You shouldn't have to change anything, Ginger. Green Valley's got Anhydrous built into it, doesn't it? Shows up after I cover up the Tim strips in mass spot. They were Timples. Timples. It was a fresh game when you started girdling, it wouldn't appear. So you need to use precision farming, you need to have the precision farming Anhydrous version from Collins Customs. But it should just work straight out, you shouldn't have to change anything in the XML. I'm sure Green Valley had Anhydrous by default. Just make sure you don't have both precision farming, so you don't use the Giant's precision farming, just have the Anhydrous ready precision farming ticked. Don't have them both ticked. And yeah, it should just work. Right, last round. Up, down, back around. Ooh, done. What is precision farming? Fell asleep with the John Deere was talking about it when FS22 released. Sadly, Jeremy Beadle passed away in January 2008, age 59. Huh. That's why, there you go. Yeah, just have the one precision farming version ticked. So it basically overrides it to add Anhydrous in. And that's the downside of having to do it that way. Get both ticked. There you go, problem solved. One or the other. Hey Drumsticks, how you doing? Hope you are having a nice weekend. Almost done. Moves around a lot, doesn't it? If that's the hitch. He had a tiny hand. Things you didn't need to know and didn't want to know. Alright, we'll get rid of this little strip and then we'll go do their last pass. And wrap things up. That's all pretty much all you remember about him is his hand. So we will be back here. I'll see how we go. We'll probably have a live stream next weekend to sell everything. It might be the best way to do it. We'll see how we go. Otherwise we will be back here. We'll have an episode during the week to sell things, but I think a live stream is probably going to be the best way to get rid of it all. See how much money we can make off all of those crops. Be good. And then we may take the money we have here, all the equipment, sell up, and use that as our starting for our fringe farming, making crops great again. Make a mod, remove Anhydrous and replace it with Spirit. Spirit being what, Mark? Just like alcohol. When people say they're injecting 32%, no, I'm talking about 32% alcohol, 32% nitrogen. Loves the sound of the Fringe farming series. No hopes and dreams. Or Sprite. German Arzamendia, welcome. Same thing. Sort it out, sort it out. Get rid of the wiggles. I mean that in the tractor, not in the figurative children's entertainers. Go around this side. Oh, I was going to say so you can see my pretty face in there, but it's a bit hard to find. There we are, that has gone very, very well. Very impressed with what we've managed to achieve. Well, welcome along from Argentina, German. Great to have you here. Hope you are having a wonderful weekend. Could have a choice of Spirit or hopes and dreams. You need a dry fertilizer spreader which takes shredded dollar bills. Doesn't actually help growing, I think it's just the way farmers can throw money at crops and get no benefit out of it. Not 7-Up. Avoid Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew you'd use as a herbicide, Zach. The 7-Up could work. And Coca-Cola goes into the fuel tanks. Another choice of lemonade. Done. Finished. Here we are. Right. Get this lifted. Look at these folding animations on it. And it folds the wings in. I like it that it's not a... It's a good speed animation. Some folding implements, you sit there for what feels like an eternity waiting for them to fold up. And let's have a look, does it have... Yeah, it's got some nice blinkers there on the front. Gatorade makes crops grow. Yeah, Mountain Dew Roundup, same diff, yeah, exactly. Red Bull gives toolbars wing. So you guys have got it. You're onto it. Doesn't matter which side of the road I'm driving on because I take up most of it anyhow. Well, we got that combine in our way still. Sort that out. If we've got any baby combine fences growing. Pass without whacking an auger. Yeah. Don't know why that one struggles. The other one doesn't. Just that one. What have you started? Don't know, Mark, but it's all your fault. There we go. We'll park the red tractor on the green farm. You can go just there. Go and sort that combine out. And be done for the day. How much we've paid this driver. He's just about run out of fuel. Yeah, why? The auto drive will drive with no fuel, but I can't. Hilarious. Oh, what a way to finish. There we go. Dismount off the fence. Eloquently. Yours was a movie reference. Well, people, thank you all very much for hanging out today. It's been a pleasure to have your company. Hope you have enjoyed the stream. Like I said, we have some very full grain tanks, so we are going to be getting everything sold out of there, and then we will be saying a fond farewell to Deer Creek, I think. And we will make a plan to make a move and try something a little bit different. Have a little bit more fun with some different crops and some different ways of trying things out. We'll see how it all goes. Could prove popular. It might not be, but at the end of the day, as long as I'm having fun and someone watches it, that'd be great. But pleasure having you all here. Thank you very much to Crofter, Banks, and Jeremy for the super chats. Appreciate you all. Welcome to the new subs to the channel. Pleasure to have you here. If you haven't hit like on the way out, please make sure you do leave a thumbs up. Double check you are subscribed to the channel. And if not, make sure you hit the sub button. But as always, thank you all very much for watching. Hope you have enjoyed that stream. Been a blast with you all, and I'll catch you in the next one.